My name is Jack Dearborn, and I am the chairman of the Weare Zoning Board of Adjustments. And this is a September 13th meeting, 2016, and we have two cases this evening. We have a case 0816, Three Ponds Revocable Trust, requesting a special exception at 285 Mount Dearborn Road, map 407, lot 130, and residential agricultural historical overlay to build a 18-foot by 44-foot barn. Special exception required under Article 30-A31. We also have another case here this evening. It's case number 9016, and it's Andre and Pauline Capagna are requesting a variance to Article 1722 to operate a business in a residential zone at 206 Twin Bridge Road, map 412, lot 235, in a residential zone. So those are the two cases this evening that we'll hear. What I will do at this point is ask the board members to identify themselves.
Mark Moretti, member.
Stu Richmond, member.
Michael Meyer, alternate.
Malcolm Wright, member.
Thank you. What we do is we take each case individually. What I mean by that is we will complete one case and then move on to the second case. Tonight we have two. And we can have interruptions on a case, such as we can continue. If the applicant wishes to continue the case to a time certain, so they can get additional information, we will consider that. We would also continue it if the board feels they need more information, like a site walk or whatever else, or if we need engineering support for the application at the applicant's expense. Okay, the way we run it is, the first thing we do is I request a motion to accept the application. What I mean by that is, before we consider the application, we need to accept it. We need to see on its face that it's relatively complete, meeting our needs. Doesn't mean that we can't stop anywhere along the way and say we need more information. It just means that we don't want to start something that's patently wrong and then have to back up afterwards. So what we'll do is ask for a motion to accept. At that point, if it's in the positive, we will continue, and I will ask the applicant to come forward to speak on behalf of their application. After that application has been presented, we'll ask the board if they have any questions of the applicant. If not, the applicant will sit down, then I'll go around the room and I'll ask the following questions. Any conversation or any testimony from an approving abutter? Once that's done, disapproving abutter. Once that's done, public at large and other boards. After that's one time through, I'll ask the applicant to come back up. And if he or she wishes to rebut anything that anybody said regarding it, he may do so. He or she may do so. Then I'll go back around again. Approving abutters, disapproving abutters, other boards, public at large. Such that we get two shots around the room. All questions come through the chair. And then once we do that, and the board is satisfied that we've asked appropriate questions, I will then close the meeting, public meeting, and that's when we will deliberate. The board will deliberate. No public input is allowed from the public or from the applicant or anybody else. It's really the board's opportunity to deliberate. For variances, we will take each major sections of the variance individually. There are 5 sections. There happens to be some subsections to number 5. But we will take each one, and we will ask for always a motion to be done in the affirmative, whether we like it or not. It's simple. If everybody says yes, they like it, no, they don't like it, rather than having contorted motions that we have to decide what we're voting for. So that's basically how it is. What I'll do at this point, I will call case number 0818, and this is Three Ponds Revocable Trust. Mr. Kirk, are you here for that this evening?
I am.
And why don't you come up, step up to the mic if you will.
Maybe something straight.
Sure.
Again, case 0816.
Yeah, it's,
Ooh,
yeah, I got the same thing. Unless it's
you're right, I read it just the way I saw it.
penmanship or something.
Well, you got 6, right?
Mm-hmm.
I got 0818. He's got 0816.
Yeah.
No, I'm saying, look at your piece of paper here, what you got there? He's got 6.
You want to split it at 7?
Well,
I'm just saying, we have
So-
different cases.
we have the cover page.
Yeah, we
is
got the same cover page.
0816. The application is 0818.
No, mine is 0818.
So is mine.
0818.
Mine do not match.
So the cover
Just
page is
page,
different.
I hand wrote those, that was my mistake.
Okay.
It was posted as this.
Yeah, I understand. But for some reason, what do you got on your front page?
Me?
What's the number up top there? What year?
0818.
He's got 0816, very clearly done, 0818.
0818.
So,
0816.
you're the oddball.
Not a problem.
Okay. So we will recognize, yeah, I know that,
Okay,
but the
just
other
making
one,
sure.
it's posted correctly, but the application, there's one,
Well, the posting is 0816.
that's correct.
That's the.
Yeah. The application is 0818. That was the point.
Wait a minute. Okay. This one is 0818, okay?
But the public notice said 0816.
Just
Which
change
is
it
the
to
correct-
0816 initial. We're all initial for you.
Just making sure we're okay.
Right.
I'm fine with it.
The posting's correct, because we're not in 2018 yet. Somehow, I got 18, I got 18, you got 16 and 18. Okay, seems like there was one wild copy different.
Do you have a
Correct.
map
I think what
at
we
all
can do
from this one?
is make the correction
Yeah,
here
It's hand-drawn.
for the minutes.
yeah. Okay. For the purpose of the application, where it says 0818, we don't have a time machine, we're not in 2018. So it is posted correct on 0816. So I'd ask for people to correct the case number on the application sheet, top sheet, not the check, and also the checklist if you have it. Okay? Very good. Any questions about the application other than that?
Yeah, I got a question.
Oh, wait a minute, is it something we need to
Where are
know
the
before we start?
frontages? Where's the map? Where's the frontages? Where's the
well,
measurements? I don't see any
okay.
measurements.
Let's move to accept the application. We can get a second, hopefully, and then we can discuss it. Okay?
I move to accept application, case number 0816.
Thank you.
I'll set.
Okay? Discussion. You've got an issue with,
I don't see any, oh wait. See any measurements here? I see measurements from house to house or building to building, but I don't see any frontages, I don't see any maps. Property description, length of frontage side and rear lines, all I see is 94 acres. That really doesn't tell me a heck of a lot. None of the frontages are measured, or marked that I can see anyway.
so we don't know where it's going effectively. There's a site plan hand-drawn.
I don't mind hand-drawn, but it's gotta be complete, and to me, it's not quite there.
Does the prior location map help?
Wow. Where is it?
Prior page.
This is location map at the top, so the one.
You meant prior as previous pages as
Correct.
opposed to temporal.
There are two maps or site plans here. One is entitled location map and the other is entitled site plan. And I don't know if Malcolm has a problem with both or either.
I do. I wish I didn't, but I do. I don't see any
Okay.
frontages marked off here at all.
Okay, we're
On
not
the
gonna have a
location
we're not
map.
gonna have a conversation. What is your problem with the maps you have, so we can understand it?
I just think the
You don't know what the
map's
requesting-
incomplete. I'm having a hard time locating this in relation to,
What, you mean on the location map?
yeah.
What if we got can we get a, tax map?
Sure can.
Can we do that? And if you could make a little shot of that section.
I thought I had one in here.
Maybe there is.
What's that?
No, that's the wrong one. It's supposed to be,
It had two, it's not.
07. 407. You have a 407 map anyways?
I don't. This is Twin Bridge.
This is why we accept the application, so we get everything out of the way.
How much front do you have up there now?
Not open here. Wait for a friend to come back.
Seven? 407.
No, it does say, it says here, the specific location of the shed is denoted in a copy, relevant tax map, but it's not, I don't see the tax
No,
map
we're gonna have a tax map
attached here.
very shortly.
407 what?
130.
130.
You don't want the mark on this, do you?
No.
Okay.
You want a copy of it?
Yeah, why don't you burn off, you can make it smaller.
Half a dozen?
Yeah, or whatever we got here. 6, including you for the file. Yeah, we can sit down if you wish. I don't know how long it's gonna take him to warm up the printer. Oh, copy.
I appreciate that, Jack. I've been on my feet all day.
What happened?
I don't, Yeah. That,
You need this one again?
Right here.
That one.
That one, Chip. That's 07.
That's the full
This-
size. This is it right here.
Would-
And then one.
We need one for your file.
That's,
This is spare?
yeah, show that around.
I can mark on this one.
You can mark that.
This is 30 right here, which, this is the old road that's been now going through. This is the old town road. This is the new town road that goes around this property. This is his property, yeah.
okay.
Okay? Mark, you see that?
No, I mean,
This is the current road. This was the old road that ran through his, barnyard, so to speak. So this was replaced. This is his driveway, but this is now the town road. This is the property here, this whole thing.
so that's the historic road, which is now the back.
Stark Road is here, as it stands today. It used to be, before Historic Road back in the 60s, this road went through here, or maybe in the 70s. This road went through here, and this has since been rebuilt around here to give this as his driveway. As his barn, as his house, and little thing.
He's saying the shed is gonna be 322 feet to the road.
Well, we'll get to that. But,
Can I
as
have
far
a
as the
real quick look at that
identification.
again? It looks like it's fine, I just, yeah. Perfect.
Is that okay?
Yep.
Good.
Thanks.
Okay. Any other questions with the application?
No, sir, thank you.
Okay. With that, I'll ask, the people seated for this case are the board members present for this evening. We have 5, we need 5. Okay, with that said, do I have a, excuse me, all discussion completed? With that, all those in favor?
Hi.
Opposed? Abstained, 5-0-0. Okay, we accept the application. Now, Mr. Kirk, you may come in. Okay. Before we go forwards with having Mr. Kirk do his presentation, do you have any questions of him before we start? If not, Kirk?
Thank you. Good evening to board members. For the record, I'm Neil Kirk, and the application is to put up a 4-bay equipment storage shed on the property. The shed will be located behind or south of the barn, about 125 feet, and it will be in the same style, construction material, scale as the barn, which was built in 1800. I mention these things because those are important considerations in granting a special exception under the Historic District article. This board has already approved a number of years ago an addition to the barn which met the requirements of the district. The equipment shed will be constructed post and beam, wide pine board, cedar shingle roof, and it will be the same scale. There will be, did you want me to go over the various points?
Yes.
Okay.
We need to read them in the record.
Okay. As you all know, the reason I'm here tonight is because a special exception is required. I can't just go to CHIP for a building permit, as you could in most other places if you wanted to put up a building on your property. But because this is in the historic district, your approval of the special exception is necessary. I've given you an idea of what the building will be like. You can see from the site plan and the location map roughly where it's going to be. My granddaughter and I measured the distance from the road. It's 322 feet. You can't see it now, but probably in the middle of the winter, if you stopped and stared, you might see it, but you wouldn't see it in passing. With respect to the application, and I'm reading from the last 2 pages. The 7 conditions under Article 6, Section 6.1.4 of the zoning ordinance, which must be met to warrant the granting of a special exception, are as follows. This is an appropriate location for an equipment shed because an existing 18th century barn already exists, and it would in fact enhance the historic district. It's compatible with the existing structure, and using this area for additional farming is very much in keeping with the purposes of the ordinance. The equipment that will be stored in the shed is farm equipment. The use of, or the construction of the shed will not adversely affect the neighborhood or decrease real estate values because it expands an existing use at its existing location. It can't be seen visually except under extraordinary conditions, so it won't have any impact on real estate values. It doesn't create any noise or noxious odors or smells or anything like that, so that there would be no impact on neighboring real estate values. Number 3, it's not a nuisance to vehicular traffic because it's being used for storage purposes. There will be no additional traffic created as a result of the construction. Number 4, the structure, the proposed use, won't create an undue burden on the town through the provision of basic town services because it won't need any, with the possible exception of fire. It won't need police. After it's built, it doesn't require any kinds of inspections, appraisals, and things like this. So I don't see that it's an impact on the town in that way. Again, on number 5, no additional off-street parking is required because there is no traffic going to and from this building except from the property itself, driving a tractor into it or a truck into it or something like that. 6, a buffer may be required, but I believe in this case is unnecessary because, as I said before, you're 322 feet from the road and you can barely be seen. It's back behind a knoll, hidden by trees. It'd be very difficult to see it. If there are any other exceptions or restrictions that the board wishes to apply, I'd be glad to comply with them, but I can't think of anything. This is really a pretty innocuous structure. That completes the presentation, Mr. Chairman.
Okay, please have a seat.
Thank you.
Excuse me, free to, any questions?
Yeah, well, just a question. 39 feet from an intermittent stream. Are
Yes.
you worried about any kind of runoff? Something, you're gonna keep a tractor down there, you're gonna change your oil or anything like that?
I do change the oil in the tractor. The shed will have a crushed stone floor. It will not be concrete. But when I change the oil, I put sort of like
Right,
a oil container
I'm sure
on
you
under,
take the
'cause
right, yeah.
I don't want to spill anything on the ground because
Yeah,
I don't
you
want
see
to work
where
in that oil in the future.
gist of my question is, close to the that's a watershed area, you worry about runoff at all?
I'm not. My tractor shed is even closer to that same stream, and you folks approved it. That's where the oil changes actually occur.
Okay,
It could be oil leakage from something, but I think it would be a very tiny amount.
right, okay, thank you.
But since you brought this up, and even though it may have passed in the past, how close can a building, structure be to a wetland?
25 feet non-disturbed.
So 39 feet obviously makes it. Just want to be sure. Okay. Any other questions for the applicant? Hearing none. Okay, at this point, have a seat, please. Approving of butters wish to speak in favor of this application? Disapproving of butters wish to speak in favor, against this application? Public at large, other boards? Being none, you have an opportunity to rebut, or if you're all set, we'll just continue. At this point, I will close down the public hearing, and I will accept a motion to accept
Move to accept.
Case 0816. And do we have a second?
I will second.
Thank you. Any discussion on this?
I'm just looking at the ordinance, and maybe I'm misunderstanding it. Article 3 or Section 311. Basically, it says the zoning board of adjustment may not grant special exception unless the board finds that the proposed structure in the proposed development area is more than 600 feet from the center line of Mount Dearborn Road.
That's a dwelling.
Yeah. I think
That's
Is
a
that-
house.
I just read
That
it.
only applies for a,
Says proposed
Take a look at
structure.
Yeah, I just read it, I agree, it's just for a dwelling.
Pardon me?
It's for a dwelling, the way I interpret it.
Okay. Please read it out again so we can hear it. Oh, you want me to read it? Does it state, specifically state dwelling or structure?
Yeah, hang on one sec. It's over here. It's backed up, yeah. Give me a second. Starting, yeah, that's it.
Where do you see this?
311.
Goes on to the next page as well.
The board finds that the proposed structure in the proposed development, A, meaning the first item, is more than 600 feet from the center line of Mount Dearborn Road, and B, will be sited or screened by vegetation so not to, and C, meets the regulation of 614. Or, the board finds that the lot on which the proposed is to occur was a lot of record of the date, which it is, is substantially within, it is, and has no dwelling unit. C.
So it's
Just talking dwelling units.
no dwelling unit, so that would be the building wouldn't have any.
Well, it says the board finds that the lot which the proposed development is to occur.
I read it as.
Mr.
This is
Kirk,
for a
unless you
dwelling
have any-
unit,
Wait a minute, Mr. Kirk.
the other
come
one
up,
for
please.
structure.
How do you comply with 30-A311?
May I have the ordinance?
Mr. Chairman, we closed, so I would
I'm
respectfully
asking you.
request that you're gonna reopen it.
No, I'm asking him, we're in deliberation.
A31, no development, which includes any kind of activity, a house, a building, a road, a fence, shall occur except by special exception.
Right.
The board shall not grant a special exception unless the finds that the proposed structure in the proposed development is more than 600 feet from the center line of Mount Dearborn Road, will be sited by screened vegetation so as not to be visible from any point on Mount Dearborn Road, and meets all relevant requirements 641, or the lot was a lot of record. I think you read this.
Go ahead.
The section 312 is where you have an undeveloped lot and somebody wants to put a home on it,
Well,
a house.
doesn't say that. I know you
Or
paraphrased
it doesn't
that.
really apply then, does it?
I don't think I agree with you, Malcolm, I don't think 312 applies.
Well, I just want to make sure that everybody on the board, before we take a vote, we don't know what we're voting for, then we can vote. Or at
But-
least,
But if you look at 312,
got it right there.
this is the third or,
Mhm.
okay? Zoning board shall not grant a special exception unless, now let's go to 313. The board finds that if there is a dwelling unit on the lot, this case, the exterior of any proposed accessory use, the proposed equipment shed, conforms in style, appearance, and materials to the character and period of the dwelling unit, which it does, as I testified to.
So what you're suggesting is your application should be relevant to,
And
it is, it's 30-A313.
Correct.
Okay, but more precise would have been a 3.3, so we would have targeted that one. Okay. Called out appropriate. Okay, just want to make sure everybody's.
they're both ors, so
Pardon me?
they're both of those 312 and 313 are ors.
The or.
So
Yeah, yeah.
either one can apply, and I would agree that 313 applies in this case.
Okay. Okay. At this point, we have a motion. We have a second discussion. Any more discussion? Being none, all's in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? None. Abstentions? None. 5-0-0. Have a nice evening. Okay, we have our second. You may want that. You're at for your right
Set down. Thank you.
Sir?
What are you doing?
I want to see where the lot is. You
No.
just circle the lot.
They're right there. Right there. Should have different color. See that one right there?
This one.
It's Twin Bridge Road by,
Yeah.
off 114.
Mr. Chairman, I have a question, procedural question.
What?
I'm not sure if it's out of place, so forgive me if it is, but we have this from the officer.
We haven't opened the case yet.
Oh, we haven't, okay. Well, this is why I'm asking now, because,
We'll take that up when we get to the case.
okay.
We'll
I'm-
dispense with it at the case, okay? I don't know if we'll take it up. We're gonna do something with it, though.
Thank you, sir.
Alrighty. Ready for the next one? Okay, this is case 0916. And it is Pauline Patagner, 206 Twin Bridge Road, Weare, New Hampshire, 03281. Address the same above for the owner. And property address location the same. And it is tax map 412, 235. Frontage is 615, sidelines, left is 576.54 feet. The rear is 227.94 feet, and the right side is 408.31 feet. Proposed use or existing use affected, commercial, horse barn, boarding and lessons. Continue use of facility as commercial operation. Okay, finish that up. Stables are located in the residential zone. Okay. Who would like to speak on behalf of this? Okay, before we start with you, let's see if we like the application. Everybody have reviewed the application to see if it's complete for us to continue? And everybody knows where it is relative to the tax map?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Okay, I'd accept the motion to accept the case.
Move to accept case 0916.
Thank you. Second?
Second? No,
Thank you.
go ahead.
Discussion? Being none, all those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. And the people who are sitting on this case are the same people that are here tonight. Thank you. Okay. Just so we get it straight, there is a variance application filled out, and we will ask you to, the reason we ask you to read it, it sounds very redundant for you who's the author, but everybody at home and anybody else in the crowd doesn't necessarily know what you have written here. So it's important for you to read when we ask you to read the question, like number one, and then read the question, then you answer for all the sections. So it's written into the record, people hear it, as well as us and yourself. You
This
want
is-
somebody to help you?
This is my son, James,
When we get there,
and he's the one running the farm.
okay,
Okay.
when we get here, let's
Okay.
make sure, we got listed butters. We have a blown-up section of the tax map, and it looks like same tax map with locations of septic, the barn, and a well. And we also have warranty deed. We also have something that looks like a, I guess it would be a survey. I do see a stamp on it. Oh, it's Harry Murray, okay. Okay, so we do have a survey, albeit somewhat microscopic, but. Okay. With that, we also have, is this pile of stuff?
Yeah.
We also, this is yours. We also have somewhat of a tome. It's a letter of concern. I don't see a date. I think there'd be a date.
Closest date is
Huh? Got a date?
just the map on the back.
That ain't the date of the letter.
I understand.
So, there is an undated letter. It's from Jessica Nelson, Weare Control Officer. And do you have a copy of this? I don't even know when it was sent. Chip, I think it'd be good practice to get a copy for everybody of this. Make some copies, please. Lisa, top.
We have one.
Oh, you got a copy on the top? Could we have one for the
This one's
applicant?
extra.
Okay, very good. Why don't you folks take a look at that for a bit?
That's a letter, I believe, to you.
Yeah, but I'm saying, we gotta make it as part of it. But there's no date on it.
Today.
Well,
This is probably
you
where I'd like
attest that
to
you
voice my
received it today?
concern.
Today.
Okay, so Chip received this today. Okay. Make that in the minutes, please? Okay.
9/12 today.
Everything it is. There is also, and I don't know who sent this, it was part of the clip, so I'll just speak to it. There is an advertisement, looks like online, for a organic disposal service.
That was from the animal control officer, because one of the problems that she has down there is the disposal of the manure.
Okay, and then we have let me just tell you what this is. This looks like a document off the web. It is from Penn State Extension, Penn State University. Equine, Horse Stable Manure Management. And there is one of 27 pages. And the contact information is Professor Eileen E. Fabian, parens Wheeler, close parens. And that's on the back page. So there's some information about how to do that. Then this gets a little confusing, but it appears that there is,
All of those
Five.
complaints are dated on the bottom.
right, but there's
11/25.
5 copies of the same complaint.
What's the
And,
latest date?
okay, and I have another one here, which is another complaint. Let me see what the dates are here. All I got is the date, oh, here it is. 7/06/2006 is the date, July 6, 2000. So we have some complaints. July 6, 2016 is the first one. And there's no file on it, so it's just a date on the bottom. And the complainant information is a Taylor Ellis. The second one is Casey Madbury.
Yep.
Is 07/06/2016. The next one is, again, oh, that's more copies. Next one is, we have one Allison, Alllyson, Camuso, Camuso, and that was on 7/5/16. And then we have a voluntary statement form, Courtney Williams, dated 7/5/16. And this was a volunteer statement form of the Weare Police. And it lists some issues with the, all these speak of issues with the quality of the keeping of the horses. Then there are some colored pictures here. One, two, three, four, five, six, 7, 8, 9. Some 10 pictures of horse stalls, horses, feet of horses. Somebody came in and took a series of pictures of horses, and I think they're trying to show the condition of the horse, the condition of the stall. And then we have another one. I don't know how to even.
Mr.
Yeah, I know,
Chairman,
but who's it from? It says US Cellular. It was somebody's cell phone at 73% battery taken on September 2nd. We assume 2016 because it doesn't say anything about it. 10:24 a.m. It shows a picture of a fence,
They're all
two
from
pictures of a
Jesse.
fence, fence with bucket. No water in bucket, I guess. And that's part of that. So this came from the Town of Weare Animal Control Officer. I haven't read it fully. Have you seen this at all?
No.
Mr. Chairman, may I weigh a motion that we refuse to accept this document because if it's untimely filing, it could very well be part of an appeal process, but as far as I'm concerned, it's been presented to us way too late.
Well, it arrived on time.
Pardon?
It arrived on time.
The applicant wasn't aware of it.
I agree with that. I don't disagree with that.
I understand that,
Well, I guess my question is, should we give them the opportunity to look at the material at some time at the town office? And then have them come back if they wish, or?
I think they should have
Yeah, because
and I think,
this arrived today,
Yeah.
and I think you folks should have the opportunity to look at this. Now, I'm not suggesting we're gonna debate the merits of this, but I think it's important you read this, because we will read this. And for you people to have the opportunity to see this, I think that's important for you.
Yeah.
Because we don't wanna drag something out, and all of a sudden we go forwards with the case, and you people never had an opportunity to see it. Whether it materially changes your position, I'm not suggesting it does or it doesn't, I'm suggesting, I think you folks ought to come up, arrange a time with Chip to read this material. It would be part of the case. We may or may not ask you questions on it. I just don't think it's appropriate to throw you people into this
Yeah.
situation. And, so we basically already have started the machine, right? We already approved it. So this is gonna require a continuance to the next month, we will continue it to the next month's meeting. if for some reason we aren't ready or you aren't ready because of the nature of this, you can request a continuance, or we can request a continuance, because until we know what this is, we won't know what it is. So, just something on the case. When people ask for variance to an article of the zoning, and yours is running a commercial endeavor in a residential agriculture, the board would generally ask very specific questions on the scale of your operation and the time and the hours of your operation. And you may or may not have adequately addressed that in your application. And the reason is because we are, upon granting a variance, we are relaxing the zoning for you particularly. And those sort of questions should be prepared, you should be prepared to answer those. I'm not suggesting you didn't do a good enough job or not, but I can almost assuredly point out that the nature of those questions get asked when people ask for a use variance. This is not a dimensional variance. I want to build a barn 5 feet in the setback. That is not this kind of a thing. This is, you're asking the town of Weare to grant you a use variance for your property, to change it from residential, which you are compliant right now, as far as we can tell, to something that's non-compliant, so that's why the variance is here. So, I think it's appropriate that we, when would the future be?
11th,
No?
the next meeting,
Yes?
October 11th.
I like the 4th.
You like the fourth? That's the first Tuesday.
There you go.
Great.
That's
For the
why I'm
record, I
chairman.
retract that motion.
Okay.
I would
So-
like to add, though.
Yes, sir.
You had been admonishing them about times of operation and things of that nature. If that would be fine if this was just going to be their own operation, but as a commercial venture, they'll need to file a site plan with the planning board, so they're gonna be going from here to there with all that same information. So
Yeah,
they need to
so it'd be
be
good
prepared for the planning board as well.
Right. See, all commercial implementations require a site plan. Your parking, all this other stuff that would be hazardous to people that frequent your place. I'm talking from a family farm to that's the business of the planning board. So, if you do it for one, you ought to do it for both. And you'll need to do it for the planning board for sure. And we might ask you the same question. They will ask you the same question. So with that said, why don't I get a motion for a continuance on case 0916?
I move to continue case 0916 to October 4th meeting,
Yes.
2016.
And it could change. If we don't have anybody for October, it'll probably be November. Okay? So,
You got one.
we do? Okay. I didn't know. So, Chip,
I'll second that motion.
okay, let me, before we go too crazy here, let me,
Take a vote on it.
wait a minute, let me make sure I get all my pile here, so when I hand it back to Chip.
Oh, you can keep that. I have another one.
Oh, okay. Thank you.
You can put it under your pillow, start your wood stove because it's getting cold.
Or I can sit on it, whatever. Okay,
Remind me.
okay, no discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Abstentions, 500. So, I guess, I mean, you have an official copy for yourself? Do you have the ability to make color for these folks?
I might be able to. Jessie is the one that did these, I'll just have her print them up. The police department has a fancy colored.
Okay, well, what I'm saying is,
Go with all the new cruisers.
it would be nice to copy these, but I'll take your word that you'll
Yeah,
give them the
one of the
same thing.
reasons I didn't, because when you reproduce those in black and white, you may as well be looking at the wall.
Right. I could agree. So, Chip, you're gonna provide these folks with a copy of this?
Sure.
Okay, thank you.
Give me a couple of days to have Jesse come up with copies of the pictures. And, evidently, she has been in contact with your girlfriend,
It's his fiance.
and the police have been dealing with her on all these issues. Probably should have brought her with it.
Residential zone.
The things that you don't know about, she knows about.
Does it say all right?
Yeah,
I don't think she even knows about the post.
probably not.
Well, Jesse had to go down there and talk to somebody to get them.
Yes. I don't know. Alright.
And the original complaints, the
Hang
ones
on.
back in July,
Yeah,
those were investigated by Brandon Montclair, his name on this report.
yeah. We met with him one night with her.
Just like to check something. Are you sure this isn't a residential zone?
Yes,
Positive?
yes.
Okay.
It's not all right.
Well, it says
If it was RA,
residential.
they wouldn't be here. All they would be doing would be filing a site plan with the planning board, and their business would continue on down the eternal stream of.
Well, I don't think a commercial endeavor is in an RA.
Yeah. The only place you can have a commercial kennel or
Okay, well,
boarding stable.
I haven't read that, so I'm not gonna comment on it, but whatever. Okay, so I guess we're through with you folks tonight. Are you in the butter?
Yes, he
Okay,
is.
I just make the point that you can be heard when we do it around the table, whoever
Okay.
shows up for this. And again, thanks for coming. Unfortunately, I didn't know it was coming until we got here. And so, we're not here to dupe anybody. We're here to give people due process. So, take a look at it, talk to the animal control officer, or whatever you need to do to understand it. And then we'll open the case up and hear it from there. But I would seriously ask you to define the scope and hours of operation. Basically, what would the neighbors expect you to do when you ask for it? Because it could be carte blanche, but when you're asking for a variance in a residential zone, a highly restricted zone, just some advice, you may want to consider that.
And the other thing is, we were not re-notified. So, you know, the way you got notifications this time as in a butter that there would be a hearing. Once we notify you, then we do not notify again. So anybody that's coming needs to remember that October 4th is the magic day.
And if you want to amend your application or any specifics, more than you have here, just bring it in a separate piece of paper so we can have it, and give it to Chip ahead of time so we can make copies. If you come in with anything additional to your request.
Alright.
Thank you.
Okay, John?
Yeah.
Thank
Ladies,
you very much.
sorry about that. Have a nice night.
We have two of those, Cindy Kesmowski and,
Two?
Okay.
One.
What are we doing?
One.
Continuance? There's a continuance of also?
Oh, that's,
The same thing.
We're going.
I saw it in there earlier.
Oh, it's in there, yeah, sorry.
You have the other one?
There is
I
a
only
Cindy
have the
Rooney.
Cindy Rooney.
Bob's came in late.
Okay.
Cindy Rooney is Cindy Kesmarsky.
Who?
Cindy Kesmarsky, Pondview.
Oh, she signed
Rods came in
Okay,
late.
yes, sit down below. Hi, Chip. I'm sending you this email to request an extension of my variance. It is number 27007. You had that many that month? Wow. Allowing me to build a home on 67 Pond View Road, Weare, New Hampshire, tax map 108-041. I believe my current variance expires September 1. Could you please bring my request at the next available meeting. Also, can you please respond by email, letting me know you received this request?
Move to approve.
I have a million copies of it.
Could I have a motion?
Move to approve.
Thank you. Can I have a second?
I'll second.
Thank you. Discussion. Being none, all those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
Yep.
Abstention? 500. Moving right along. We got some minutes, right?
Bob Bailey tonight.
What, I'm sorry?
Bob Bailey. I handed you that one tonight. That came in from.
Well, if you handed me tonight, it's potentially somewhere in this pile. Here it is. Any copies for anybody?
I think everybody.
Okay.
I didn't get a copy.
Maybe not.
Maybe not. This always helps to ask. Bailey Family Trust, 173 Ridgeview Road, Weare, New Hampshire, August 30th, 2016. This is to the Town of Weare Planning Board, Zoning Board of Adjustments, reference case 2504, extension. Please extend our driveway variance on tax map 407-153-1 per case number 2504 extension.
It's been around for a while.
Been around. And it's signed Bob D. Bailey, as well as Linda D. Bailey, Robert D. Bailey, and Lisa A. Bailey Beavers. Okay. All those in favor of extending case number 2504.
We didn't move to
Let's do a
accept.
motion.
Move.
2504.
Move to, yeah, so moved.
Okay. Second.
Second.
Discussion.
Discussion, one little question.
Go ahead.
What's the expiration date of that variance?
Never. Before a certain date.
My question is more based on whether this was timely filed. Because
Oh.
I didn't get a copy, and he said it was late, so I want to know if it was
Well, it was
filed.
late coming in for this meeting. It
Right,
was
but it's not filed late.
No, he's
Okay.
September, October.
August
All right.
30th was the date he sent it in. So this is the next date, next meeting.
Okay,
Okay.
thank you.
So, we done discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Abstention, 500.
It's been around so long,
Can I copy that?
none of you even remember when or why.
You can have
it
that.
happened.
Okay, thank you.
I'll give it to Chip and he can give it to you. Is that okay?
That's fine.
Okay, we got some minutes. Let's look at the ones from last month. I should say the 7th? Or
August
I
2nd.
only have June.
That must be taken in order, like June 6th.
do we have August 7th?
Yeah.
Second.
We got August 2.
June 7th.
I don't have that.
I got two
It
copies.
was in the last one, I think.
Yeah, I have a copy.
I
of
got
it.
two over there.
Did you get it in this package? I didn't see it.
I got two.
That was in the new envelope, the second envelope.
Oh, I didn't get the second envelope.
Two June.
I got the second
I need
envelope, I'm looking for the other
I don't
one.
have August.
Oh, there it is,
August?
okay.
You
You
got
don't have
it?
August?
No, I wasn't here in August.
I can't spell, so. nothing
That was Chip.
So we're looking at June?
I think he wanted to look at August first. right?
Okay, August.
Yeah, I don't have a copy of that one.
Oh, this is Craig. Oh, yeah, I remember now, Craig. Took me a while. Okay. I'm assuming most of this language that was read into the record was,
I don't know, I wasn't here. That was the meeting I wasn't here.
Chip was
Chip
on
did that.
did Chip actually type this?
It may have been Naomi, I'm not sure.
Yeah,
I
Nate,
would suspect Naomi did it. I wouldn't accuse Chip of typing any minutes.
No, the August ones are town administrators. Done with patience and love.
So,
Do you have a spare copy in your
see them up
bag?
there.
Of the,
August ones?
no, I thought I sent them to you. I'll
You
send
did, I didn't pick it up.
No,
I
he
just did
emailed them to
looking
me.
for a spot.
Because you should have gotten this when I emailed them to these guys. Because whenever I hit ZBA or planning board, you're in and it's mailed.
Yeah, I would have printed, I would have
And.
I'm sending you again.
You see anything wrong with August?
Nope.
You see anything wrong with August?
I did not, I'm not.
It's too short.
Okay, motion to accept August 2nd, 2016.
Move to accept August 2nd, 2016.
Second.
Discussion. Being none, all those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Abstentions? 500. Yeah, let's go to June. Now, June 6th, 7th, you were here? So we can blame you for anything in here this month?
Sure, we're not.
So all the writing of all the stuff you put in the 5 points of hardship, that's all right off the, I'm not gonna check that.
Do you need a June 7th?
I have 2 copies.
Anyone need a June 7th?
Nope.
Nope.
I think we got extra.
Well, this is the one, yeah. Well, I have a problem with the position of, on the page 4, top of the page, Mark already moved to accept case 5016, Mike Myers second, and motion passed 500. That ought to belong, that particular line should belong up in the front. It's actually a duplicate, because we already said that in the bottom of page 1, second paragraph. So you might want to strike that. I think it's redundant. Other than that, as modified. Somebody want to offer a motion to accept?
Motion to accept June 7th, 2016 minutes.
I'll second.
Discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Abstention, 500. And is Chip gone for the night, or is he wandering?
I don't know.
Huh? Is he wandering?
Whose turn was it to watch
I'm not
it?
sure if he's got any, huh? I'm not sure if he has any more information, or any more. Mark, you want to see if Chip's just hovering around outside?
Wanderer.
There's a lot about half
That's true.
Oh. Well, now I see his problem. Hope he's not dragging out.
I got it.
Thank you. Chip, any more for the order? Are we done?
Done.
Okay, we, I guess we're ready
Move to
for a
adjourn.
motion to adjourn.
Move to adjourn.
Second. Anyone want to second it?
Second?
Second. Discussion being none, all in favor?
Aye.
5-0.